One, two.
Hello everyone, my name is James Blatchley and I'm a conductor from New York City. I came down to New Orleans more than 10 years ago and took part in a music camp that was actually all vocal. It was all singing the first year. And the second year we added instruments, and the third year we started what led to what became Make Music NOLA, now celebrating 10 years. What a huge milestone, what an accomplishment. I can't say how proud I am of all of you who are part of this program, who have come through the program, who are feeding back into the program, who contribute to make this program a reality, all the students, all the teachers, the parents. And I want to give a huge, huge thank you and acknowledgement and recognition to Laura Patterson. Just phenomenal job of making this a reality through years of incredibly hard work and vision and knowing how to attract a dynamic and wonderful music staff and administrative staff, how to engage with this great city in all of the right ways to make this program unique and uniquely right for New Orleans, the richest musical city in America. Oh boy, I love you, New Orleans. I'm so proud of you, Make Music NOLA, and I'm celebrating with you tonight. I can't wait to see you again soon. And here's to 10 years.
Here's to 10 years indeed. Oh, there you
Excellent.
are. Now I can hear you.
So exciting. Go ahead, Garrett. Yes, here's to another 10 years at least, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So since we got some sound and video going together, I thought that we might just do a little backtrack so that we can catch up. So
Yeah.
and pick up the show from where we are. So once again, the piece of music you just heard was by a composer, an Afro-British composer named Ignatius Sancho. And what's so important, I'll underscore this once again, when you hear the Make Music NOLA students play that music, you're really hearing them play Black music. You're hearing them play music that culturally, even in a way over hundreds of years, connects to the community of New Orleans. And it makes what Make Music NOLA is doing so impactful. It's hard to say make music NOLA. Maybe I should switch up the way I say that sentence, right? You're muted there, but I'll also mention that the space. I saw someone in the chat mentioning the space in which that performance took place. That was the Bell Art Space Chapel. So a huge thanks to everyone over there for providing that historic venue for that very important and incredible performance. And then, of course, following that performance, we heard from Maestro James Blatchley, who had so many great words for everyone involved with Make Music NOLA. It takes a lot of us to do this, and you can be a part of it as well. DJ Butterscotch, how about you remind folks how they can be involved with Make Music NOLA and how they can make their contribution?
Go to makemusicnola.org and donate now.
Excellent. Thank you.
And thank you, Garrett. And thank you for sticking with us here, everyone who's on there. Garrett, you up north there, and everyone who's on. I know there's folks from all over the country and world, and there are folks from here in New Orleans, and appreciate y'all sticking with us because we were really trying to figure out this thing, and there was a lot of sweating and tears, but we got through it now, and we're here. And that's the beauty of the programming. And we all know, and I think Garrett said, you know, when you're in this world, whether you're performing or on radio or all sorts of things that we all do in our life, there are some stressful times, and these folks have gotten us through this, gotten us to this place that we are now, 10 years into Make Music NOLA, in the middle of a pandemic, all the other things we're dealing with, and we're still here doing it. And like I said, they're still doing it for the young people, classes just like a regular week, but of course adapted to COVID-safe protocols, video, and things like that. So once again, you can go to makemusicnola.org. and you can donate there to support. And also you can buy raffle tickets. In just a minute here, we're going to show another video, and then after that, we have our lovely DJ Butterscotch is going to pull the first raffle ticket. We're going to do 3 tonight, and folks can buy raffle tickets all the way up until Friday afternoon. That's another way you can support, and in this case, you can get a chance to win something back. We are going to next hear from the same group of performers that we just saw, which was Mr. Trenton Thomas, T. Ray the violinist,
and Dr. Tucker Fuller, and Olivia M. Samaji and Jordan Rogers.
So, and we're going to have a special guest, who is Miss Givonna Joseph from Opera Creole, one of the co-founders of Opera Creole, with her daughter Aria. And she's been a Make Music NOLA general music teacher, guest artist, and collaborator for 9 years, so almost the entire time that Make Music NOLA has been here. And we don't know that much about it. I know, Garrett, you may know a little more about opera than we do, but we looked up a couple things. I'm going to let Zora say a little bit about New Orleans opera, and then maybe you can give us some context.
Sure.
We first learned that the first opera was performed in New Orleans was in
1796 in the French Quarter.
Opera Creole has highlighted the contributions of people of color to the art form, historically and inspiring young people to the future.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And I know when we think about opera, we think about big fancy dresses and big fancy stagings and expensive tickets. But the work that Givonna Joseph does, really dispels so much of that, showing that this thing called opera can even have direct relationships with communities in New Orleans. So a special thanks to her for her involvement with Make Music NOLA.
Absolutely, and I'll just tell you briefly too. The one other thing is she's going to be doing the piece "I'll Fly Away," or our performers are going to be doing "I'll Fly Away." So where do we hear "I'll Fly Away" the most in New Orleans?
Second lines. So
we hear it often on the streets in New Orleans. So just to that point, this music is living and vibrant. Opera, classical music, jazz music. It's a living, vibrant culture. And yes, here in New Orleans, we hear "I'll Fly Away" in second lines, both at funerals and on what day of the week?
Sundays, non-COVID times.
During non-COVID times, yep. So let's go ahead and play that video. Wow, beautiful performance.
What an incredible performance. And I know we have a raffle, but I just have to say, I am so moved by seeing performances like that. We see the seasoned musicians, we see the new musicians, we see the backdrop of beautiful New Orleans. We hear this music that has direct connections with the culture of New Orleans. I'm moved. What a phenomenal performance. Bravo to everyone involved.
Excellent. Yes. Thank you to everyone who was on there, our young people, our professionals, exactly. And now we have an exciting moment. You gonna shake it up? Sorry, not to change the subject too much, but Zora's been waiting on this raffle. All right. Now you got to close your eyes. So anyone who entered earlier, I think was it by the earlier today cutoff, is entered into this raffle, but you can still keep buying tickets. This is for 4 tickets to Jam NOLA, which is a immersive art experience here in New Orleans that opened up about 6 months ago, right during COVID time. And who is our winner?
Garrett Mendez.
Garrett Mendez is the winner of our first raffle tonight. 4 tickets to Jam NOLA.
Hey, congrats, right. Garrett Mendez.
And real quick, I just want to give a thanks to some of our sponsors: Fidelity Bank, Martin Insurance, Coughlin Saunders Foundation, Williams Architect, Offbeat Magazine, and Levy and Associates. And we'll come back and mention them again. We just want to give a quick shout there. I think next it's Zora and I again here. Who are we introducing here? We're introducing a video with some of our change makers. These are folks who are impacted by Make Music NOLA in one way or the other as a supporter or participant or all sorts of ways, community member. Who do we have?
First, we have Zena, Sydney, and Peyton, mother and 2 students. They have been in Make Music NOLA for 3 years.
Then we have Nathan Money, who is a Make Music NOLA founding teacher, 8 years in the program.
Then we have John and Laura Williams, founding board members of the church where the program was founded.
And then we have J.R. Nexus Russ, who's a strategic planning and anti-racism consultant working with Make Music NOLA, a dancer, arts administrator, community organizer, LGBTQ youth advocate, and Burning Man community liaison. And one more person?
Kathleen Wallen, who is a board member.
Miss Kathleen Whalen, board member. So we'll go ahead and see that Changemakers video, and we'll be back.
I am passionate about making music because it has enhanced my voice. It gives them an outlet to be creative and show some musical skills that they otherwise probably thought they didn't have.
The great thing about Make Music NOLA is that we don't handpick our kids. It's open to anyone. And so either some of those kids may grow up to become great musicians, others may just grow up to do something completely different, but all of them will have an appreciation for music and an understanding and sort of a literacy in music.
I love Make Music NOLA because, in essence, it's made a musician out of my child. She's actually become a full-on violinist.
I was really impressed with the level of respect the Make Music NOLA gives to students and their families, and how they really understand youth development and what children need to develop.
I love Make Music NOLA because of its teachers like Mr. Tucker and Mr. Rhody.
I'm passionate about Make Music NOLA because it provides an opportunity for students who may not otherwise have access to music education to study music in their respective string instrument.
A lot of people are into sports and stuff, so they can just learn other things like music and art, because I think it's fun for people to learn.
It being tuition free for the students, it allows them to be able to pursue a career in arts and music without having the burden of the financial side of it.
I've learned a lot from Make Music NOLA. I've learned how to play the instrument. I've learned a lot of scale degrees, notes, and stuff. I've learned from a lot of professional artists, and I've been to a lot of places in the community.
I'm passionate because they have a lot of great people there, and it's a really great place for people to learn how to play their instruments and be good at it.
I'm passionate about Make Music NOLA because they have revived and recreated a great tradition of New Orleans that's hundreds of years old, of people of African descent as violinists and composers and performers.
I love the staff. I love the diversity of the staff. I love how much they really are here for the kids.
I'm passionate about Make Music NOLA because of the focus on music for social change. Music is great for its own sake, but there's so much more that can be accomplished through it.
Art and music helps kids become more well-rounded people.
I'm passionate about Make Music NOLA because when they say music for social change, they really mean it, especially when it can be so easy to treat young people as a monolith. It's very clear that Make Music NOLA is dedicated to make sure each young person is receiving the kind of support that they uniquely need.
It allows the kids to have that opportunity that most people won't have to learn how to play different instruments, which not only helps them right now, but in the future, it may be something that'll definitely help them go further in life.
Awesome.
Great
Garrett.
testimonials.
Beautiful testimonials. It wasn't exactly everyone I said, although some of the folks were in there. So we have several rounds of testimonials. So in case someone that I announced was not in that one, you'll see them in one of the next ones. And before, I know you're going to introduce a new piece of music we have. We have one more raffle we have to do right now.
Indeed.
If you don't mind. Thank you. Tell folks what we're raffling off right now. You're going to have to hold it up.
This big basket of tons of cane stuff.
So it's a Raising Cane's gift basket. That's the next raffle. For folks who were asking about it, again, you can still buy tickets for all the extra raffles that will happen. You can put it down, sweetheart. On Friday. We're going to do 3 today, so this is the second one. Go ahead and pull.
Florence Hornbeck Kaiser.
Florence Hornbeck Kaiser is our second winner for the night of the Cane's gift basket. All right, and now I think we have some music coming up.
Absolutely, from pulling out the slip for the raffle to pulling out all the stops. Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach, was an organist, but he wrote so much music that it's been used on every instrument and even in music education. So one of the first and one of the most important pieces that young violinists learn to play is Bach's Minuet No. 1. We're going to hear that performed by Kazi and Nazir Monet, who have both spent 5 years with Make Music NOLA. They'll be joined here by Matt Rhody, who is a jazz violinist and a Make Music NOLA alum himself, 8 years in the program. So this is the Minuet No. 1 by Bach.
Make Music NOLA is important because music is one of the great avenues to the brain, to the person, and to our culture.
I have seen over and over again what a wonderful opportunity it is for children to learn how to learn by learning music. It provides them a level of joy and a level of self-confidence as they learn to play music.
It's important because they have a lot of people that can play their instruments and have fun and be creative without doing like dangerous stuff.
Make Music NOLA has given us lots of opportunities to engage with professional musicians that enhance the lives of our kids.
Music education can really improve the quality of life for people in a lot of different ways.
This is such a successful way to help the most vulnerable children to feel achievement, creativity, and teamwork.
It helps our kids grow up to be good people, and it gives them things to do outside of school, because a lot of kids are not into sports, you know, so art and music and things of that nature is another outlet for the kids.
Real systemic change in equity happens in early education. And having worked for Make Music NOLA for 9 years, I've got to see firsthand how that change happens through an extended period of time.
I really want them to excel at more than just one thing, and I feel that with them learning how to play the instruments, that it makes them more versatile.
Music is the essence of New Orleans, and yet we take it for granted. Schools take it for granted, and they don't always value having music programs in their schools. But when they let Make Music NOLA come in and you see that their students are learning music and how to read music and applying mathematical aspects of how the brain processes music, and see the students broaden and being proud of themselves, I think it's just a wonderful contribution.
Make Music NOLA is important because nowadays a lot of kids are getting in more trouble. So it's a creative outlet, and it's something for us to express ourselves in. It teaches me how to read music and play the violin.
Our kids have learned lots of new things. They've engaged in many activities outside of the Make Music NOLA campuses. There have been multiple venues that have been afforded to them to actually spend time and put their work on display within the community. We've really enjoyed Make Music NOLA.
Make Music NOLA is important because access to music education, especially currently, is very difficult, especially in low-income families.
In New Orleans, where music is fundamental to our culture, Make Music NOLA expands the education of children beyond brass instruments to violins and cellos and flutes.
There's so much great marching band and brass band programs in the city. It's great to have a strings program, and it's also really unique because of the focus on learning New Orleans music alongside with like more traditional classical.
Although the students are learning about, standard classical repertoire and the traditional ways of learning, they're also learning about the city's culture through a musical portal. So, like songs like I'll Fly Away, When the Saints Go Marching In, those are like staple New Orleans, staple songs that we hear from brass bands, second lines, jazz ensembles, but to hear them in the string context, it puts a different spin on it, and it also not only opens the eyes of the students, but it opens the eyes of the listeners as well, and opens their perspective as to what string instruments can do.
By the children learning how to read music, how to play music that they don't hear on the radio, classical music, operatic pieces, folk songs of New Orleans, Creole and Mardi Gras songs of New Orleans, it gives them an opportunity to broaden and understand who they are.
Make Music NOLA is important because of just how collaborative the program is in terms of getting input and feedback, not just from parents, but from the students themselves. And not just feedback on how things have gone, but feedback in terms of programming and musical selections coming up in the future.
I feel like Make Music NOLA is important because it enhances your listening skills. And it's some people don't listen very much because they get distracted. Make Music NOLA makes you patient and listen carefully. And this is fun.
I have to say, it's so fun for me to see those videos and see folks in short sleeves in the warm weather. It's lots of snow on the ground here where I am in Minnesota. So that warmth of weather that I see in the video only matches the warmth of spirit, the happiness that I see on the students' and parents' faces when they talk about Make Music NOLA.
That is absolutely true. It's a beautiful thing. And watching other folks' testimonials and reactions really reminds me of things that I have felt, but I hadn't even voiced, about how the music continuum that has come through Zora. Zora earlier today was working in a music programming software that she got from her school and building songs, and really Make Music NOLA has been an inroads for her to develop her musical thought process and identity. And I think it comes out in ways that we don't even know. And that's such a beautiful thing to make that natural with stringed instruments, as well as the music of the streets of New Orleans as brass and drums and all those things. It all goes together.
Absolutely. Well, on our program here, we have an intermission. Are we going to go ahead with the intermission?
We're not going to do the intermission, but we will do the mixologist. So if you want to say that one, and we'll just keep rolling right after the mixologist video.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at that. This video features Chris Fromagera. He's a local mixologist, I understand.
Yes. Yes, at several bars here at the Spotted Cat, and his own one, which you will see on this video.
My name is Christopher Luis Fromagera, and this is Brian Waitman, and we are Stupid Bar, a pop-up on the 7th floor. We're here to serve you Make Music NOLA, a drink, Zoom edition. For today's drink, we're going to make a drink really solid for fall that we just concocted called the Rose Rum. For this drink, we are going to need rum, along with a rosemary, apple, brown sugar, cinnamon, simple syrup, and fresh squeezed lime juice. For starters, to make this drink, you want to ice your glass. And you want to ice the tumbler for when you shake it. For starters, we're going to want to start with the fresh squeezed lime juice, which will be a half an ounce for this recipe. Then we're going to want to do the rosemary, apple, cinnamon, brown sugar, simple syrup, which will be 1 ounce. We made this syrup in-house, which was half water, half sugar, which we burned down, along with 3 sprigs of rosemary and then apple peels. After all of that was burned up into a sugar, we ended up putting a little bit of cinnamon, and we let it cool before putting it in the bottle. Last but not least, we're going to do the spiced rum. We're going to do 1.5 ounces of spiced rum. A, because it's the most important thing. But B, we're using spiced rum because we want all the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the cayenne in order to really bring out the flavors of the apple and the rosemary. Once you have all this, Brian is going to do a beautiful job of shaking it up. And mix this down. Really good. And we're going to pour it into the glass. I'm going to do a little brag and say I love the color of this cocktail. And then we're going to top it off with a little bit of soda water. And we're using the peels that we made and the rosemary that we made the simple syrup with as a garnish. And that is a rose rum, which Brian, I think you should enjoy. And I just want to thank Make Music NOLA for having us over to make a cocktail. And we would also just like to ask you all to not forget all the musicians and all the hospitality workers that are going through a real hard time right now. Thank you so much. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Chris and Stupid Bar there, as you can see on the sign, for that mixed lesson. Will they be able to see that on the YouTube? I'm asking my folks here. Yes, that will also be available. So if you didn't catch it first time, you can get it on there. We're going to introduce to you now Make Music NOLA's board chair, which is a pleasure to introduce Mr. Fred Neal. He played viola for 8 years growing up, went to high school and played in the same orchestra as Chris Frazier, who was Mr. T. Ray, the violinist, his orchestra director at Baton Rouge High. He's also a what?
A 6'10" stomper.
So Garrett, those of you who are not in New Orleans, anyone in New Orleans has to know who a 6'10" stomper is. And he wears a much different outfit than you'll see in this video. Usually he has little short shorts on and high socks and dancing to different music. But in this incarnation, he is board president of Make Music NOLA, and we want to thank him for that. He's going to tell us a little more about the program and how he's involved. And he's wearing a shirt that you can also get to support Make Music NOLA. It's part of the Screens for Good program, which is affiliated with Dirty Coast and another board member there. So please, Mr. Fred Neal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fred Neal Jr., and I am the board president of Make Music NOLA. I'm here today, first off, to welcome you and thank you for joining us at the Make Music NOLA 10th anniversary party. It has been a wonderful journey from Make Music NOLA starting 10 years ago. I've been on the board about 4 years, so I can't speak for the beginning, but even in the past 4 years, there have been some amazing accomplishments with the program. We have moved into a new home at the Art Space Bell campus. They have been wonderful allies and partners and supporters of the program, providing us not just office space, but performance space. We've kept and established ongoing and new partnerships with organizations and schools, NORD, several charter schools. I probably can't mention them all, but I'm really excited, and we appreciate their help and support of the program. Also, our fabulous staff and our instructors. The work they provide is invaluable to our students and to our community, and they're just amazing people, and we really thank them for the work that they've provided for Make Music NOLA. Again, we're excited to be here. Thank you very much for joining us, and please, if you have any questions or comments, support, let us know. We'd love to hear from you, and thank you very much.
Again, the community engagement. I did actually look up the 6'10" stompers, something that I had no idea about. It's great to learn about so much of the culture of New Orleans through this program. So that's exciting. I hope I get to see Fred in that outfit one day.
You will. If you come down here, you will. Yeah, thank you for that. And again, all these videos will be up on our YouTube channel after this tonight. So if you missed something, if you want to see it again, please go and watch it there. And also you can go, while you're on there, you can go to the Make Music NOLA website and do what?
Donate and buy raffle tickets, which will be available until noon Friday.
That's right. They'll be available until noon Friday. We're here to support this beautiful organization. As Garrett has said, it brings, and actually lots of folks on the videos have said, how it brings people together, brings the culture and sounds of New Orleans together in a different and unique way, and it's really a beautiful thing. And I know, again, we've benefited as a family and as my daughter, and so I can personally say firsthand that it's a great program. And thank you everyone who stuck with us through the technical issues we had earlier. I know there's a lot of folks still on here, so thank you so much for that. We are going to go and keep moving on this and play one more performance now from our group of young people, some of whom you saw in the Changemaker video. Who is going to be in this one?
Hazi, Nasir, and Matt Rhody.
And the teacher, Matt Rhody, who we did see in that last piece that you had introduced, Garrett. We're gonna hear Loliza Jane. Which, do you hear Loliza Jane? You know it? What's the one we talked about that's a Mardi Gras Indian song that you hear sometimes?
Banga Alafia.
So there's a Liberian tune that has the same melody as Loliza Jane, which the Mardi Gras Indians here often perform as well as part of their repertoire. And then, of course, Loliza Jane is a song that's been, I guess, a standard, you would say, for at least 100 years here in New Orleans. We're ready to roll that? I guess we'll go ahead and just roll that one.
Bravo to all of those performers. DJ Brice, before we took a look at that performance, you mentioned Mardi Gras Indians, and I thought I knew I would be remiss if I didn't mention, I learned about that culture specifically less than a year ago. There's so much in New Orleans. So if anyone is watching and you don't know the traditions of Second Line or Mardi Gras Indians, or as I've just learned, 610 Stompers, be sure to engage all of that. New Orleans is a really incredible place, and Make Music NOLA is making that incredible place even more incredible.
And I heard there might be a chance we could get you down here sometime to participate in some of this Make Music NOLA in person in the future, Garrett. Is that possible?
I would love that post-COVID, of course.
Absolutely. It'd be great to have you. We're going to do one more drawing here and then turn it back over to you, Garrett, to introduce the next pieces and our very special guests. And so this is for a $50 gift certificate to Urban South Brewery. And just one more point of fact, on Friday at the culmination of the raffle, where this will be the last one for today, but all the other raffle tickets will get pulled. That's going to happen at 2 p.m. on Friday at Urban South Brewery. And I think everyone's invited to come if they want. Be socially distant, of course. Wear your mask, all the current protocol. Please. And New Orleans, I know everywhere, we're really dealing with a resurgence, so no joke here. We are 6 feet apart here in the studio. Otherwise, we're masked up. Obviously, Garrett's home there, and I know you all are at home. That is the nature of the world we're in, but please be safe. It's absolutely essential for all of us, our teachers and young people and everyone else. So, Zora, you ready? All right.
Tyler True.
Tyler True is our winner of the Urban South gift certificate, and that's the last of the raffle for us. And we turn it over to Garrett, please.
Thank you. So it's time for us to hear from the woman who keeps all of this together, the executive director of Make Music NOLA. I'll tell you, the first time I met Laura, it was actually in an airport in Detroit. We were both headed to a conference, and I learned that she played the flute, that she was living down in New Orleans. But what I didn't learn about Laura there in the airport terminal, a very cold day, by the way, waiting on that bus, that she's done so many other incredible things. Laura is actually a master in arts management, and she's worked with organizations including the Departments of Cultural Affairs at the United States Department of State and the Organization of American States, the New York Youth Symphony's Chamber Music Program, and many other phenomenal organizations. Her work in New Orleans has impacted thousands and thousands of students, and under her leadership with Make Music NOLA, her impact will reach even further. Here are a few words from the executive director of Make Music NOLA, Miss Laura Patterson.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Make Music NOLA's 10-year anniversary celebration. We never thought that this was how we would be celebrating. I thought that Nathan, Tucker, Trenton, and James would all be here with me tonight. When James had a vision to start an after-school string program in the lower 9th Ward, no one thought that a program with just 5 kids in a converted Walgreens would grow into a citywide program that reached hundreds of students every year at 8 different locations. When Nathan, Tucker, Trenton, and I started, we were just out of graduate school or college, and we were all looking for work. What we had was an intense love for music, our students, and the city of New Orleans. And that love for our work was something that spread quickly. And although we're in a much nicer space right now, those 3 principles still continue to guide the work that we do today. Over the last 10 years, Make Music NOLA has not only expanded in the number of students that we reach, but our students have been selected to perform at Jazz Fest, the finish line for the Crescent City Classic, Todd Rundgren's 65th birthday party, to open for Big Frida at a shoot for her Dangerous music video, and a French Quarter Fest. Make Music NOLA has been supported by Drew Brice, Brandy Carlisle, Todd Rundgren, Randy Newman, and Josh Groban. MMN students have traveled to New York and Michigan to attend summer festivals. Our programs have been visited by countless visiting and guest artists, including Nadja Salerno-Sonnenberg. Our staff has presented at national conferences, including Funda Musical from Venezuela, as part of their permanent delegation to the UN. All of these things have been great, but what I'm most excited about is where we're going moving forward. Our teachers and a team of students from Tulane wrote method books based on music by BIPOC composers, which will be used nationally by other programs. We are working on our strategic plan for the next 3 to 5 years with our dear friend Nexus and Bloomberg Philanthropies. And we are all looking forward to the day when we can get back to playing music together and in person. And at some point, we will get James down here to conduct our orchestra. It took a village to make this happen over the last 10 years. Thanks to all of our teachers, our school partners, our community partners, our guest artists, those of you who hosted our students to perform in your spaces, our funders, our board members, and last but not least, our students and their parents. You are the reason that this organization has grown over the last 10 years, and we look forward to the next 10.
Thank you so much, Laura, and congratulations again on 10 years of Make Music NOLA. Sometimes we can take for granted that little things can happen all the time, a string breaking here or a bridge slipping or audio not being able to come through the internet. There's always something going on, but Laura Patterson is really holding on together. I'm so happy for her. Congratulations on 10 years of Make Music NOLA. So we're getting close to the end of the presentation here. I have one more phenomenal guest that I want to introduce you to. I'm going to read from her website here. It says, trying to fit Regina Carter into a neatly defined musical category is pointless. She enjoys performing many styles of music from jazz to R&B, Latin, classical, blues, country, pop, African, and many others. In each, she explores the power of music through the voice of the violin. Regina Carter has performed with more orchestras and jazz ensembles than I can name here. She's recorded a number of phenomenal albums. She's toured the country, and she's here to offer her words in honor of the 10-year celebration of Make Music NOLA. Here's Regina Carter.
Hi, I'm violinist Regina Carter, and I want to wish Make Music NOLA a very happy 10th anniversary. I started playing violin when I was 4 years old, and I loved making music with my friends. I played all the way through elementary school, junior high, high school, and into college. And when I was a youngster, the age of many of you I've seen in the video, my mom would take me to hear the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, and I would sit in the balcony and imagine that I was the soloist with the symphony. And after years and years and years of practice and playing, I've had the opportunity to be a soloist with orchestras, but also I have my own jazz group. And I've been able to travel all around the world and meet some fabulous people, wonderful musicians, experience other cultures, try other food, hear other music. And I've met one of your teachers, violinist Mr. T. Ray, and he invited me to participate today in this anniversary celebration. So I want to say to all you youngsters, I've had a chance to watch the video with you playing, and you just brought such a smile to my face, so much joy. And I hope that you're enjoying playing, and I hope you'll continue to play and practice, and hopefully one day I'll be able to come and visit you and hear you play live, or maybe we could play together. So keep playing, keep practicing, and again, happy 10th anniversary. Thank you.
What a performer. Bravo to Regina Carter. Wow. How did you like that, Zora?
I thought it was very, very, very cool.
And would be so cool, right? If you could do a session with Miss Regina Carter, if you could,
yeah.
That would be amazing. What a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Miss Regina Carter, for that performance.
Absolutely. So I don't know if we have another video or if this is actually the end of the show.
We have one more Changemaker video, I believe. We're going to do one more Changemaker video with some folks talking a little bit about the programs again one more time, and then we'll come back and sign off. But before that, where can folks donate?
MakeMusicNOLA.org.
Great.
My wish for Make Music NOLA in the next 10 years is for that kids to be able to play violin like me, and I hope that they could be able to do performances all over New Orleans like I get to do right now. I hope that they get to make friends from this.
What I hope to see in the future for the program is for it definitely to continue, but for it to expand so that more children have that opportunity to learn the different instruments and just get that creativity to help them go further in life.
I've seen my children thrive and grow from playing music, and I get excited to hear them play and other children play, so it would be great to see more children enrolled in Make Music NOLA and in the arts.
In the next 10 years, I would like to see Make Music NOLA expand more in New Orleans, providing different communities, more communities with excellent music education.
My wish for Make Music NOLA in the next 10 years is that more kids will benefit from it and go far, because you can go far as a musician and stuff. And so I just think it would be good for kids to actually get into music, so they don't have to do other jobs, working somewhere or something, so they can actually do something that they actually love and are passionate for.
I think it would be great if they sort of fleshed out more of a pre-professional track for kids who already know this is it. I'm going to be a musician. This isn't something that's just taking up my time, but what are the steps? And this is what I want to do.
I hope that Make Music NOLA can continue to expose children, families, and the larger community to the variety of opportunities music education and after-school and in-school programs provide.
In the next few years, I wish that Make Music NOLA has a lot of events going on, the teachers get respected, and have a lot of artists come into the camp.
More people, more instruments, more fun activities to do, and for people to have a great time.
I hope that more students are exposed to it. I hope that more people, not only in the city of New Orleans, but the state of Louisiana and the nation as a whole, are exposed to what's happening.
My wish is that this city adopts this program and like incorporate it as something that gets funded by the city, you know.
I wish that Make Music NOLA will continue to expand beyond where it is now into other neighborhoods in the New Orleans area, and I'm certain that our children will benefit from that.
I'd like to see more instructors involved. I'd like us to engage with different venues as we have, and also just to take it out and expand, like with the summer camp and the different sessions that are happening. I'd like more time with students and teachers.
I wish that there's a lot more more instruments to play with, to expand more than classical.
My wish for Make Music NOLA over the next 10 years is to continue being as successful as they have been in scaling up the ability to provide programming to even more young people.
My wish for Make Music NOLA in the next 10 years is that it's still active and more kids come and become really good at the violin.
In the next 10 years, I'd love to see Make Music NOLA get all of the funding that they need to broaden out, to bring this to every child who would like to have it, to teach them all about their history in New Orleans. I'd like to be a part of that. And to really be respected and honored within the school systems, that they can do the wonderful work that they do.
So I think the next 10 years, just put it in cruise control and just keep going.
Yes, as I said before, here's to 10 more years. Wow, incredible.
What a great bunch of testimonials there. What do you see? What do folks out there who are listening or watching this program, what do you see for the next 10 years of Make Music NOLA? And think about how you can help support that, whether it's financially, if you're able, if you're a musician, how you can participate and teach and engage with the young people, the students of Make Music NOLA. If you're a young person, to keep participating, maybe let your friends know. Those are some things I was thinking about during these moments.
Absolutely. Zora, DJ Butterscotch is doing some stretching and some yawning there, so we must be at the end of the show, huh?
I think we are. Are we there?
Zora, remind them one more time how they can contribute.
Go to makemusicnola.org and donate or buy a raffle ticket.
And real quick, I want to thank our sponsors, Fidelity Bank, Martin Insurance, Coughlin Sanders Foundation, Williams Architects, Offbeat, Levy and Associates. I just wanted to mention them one more time. And all the folks, all the great performers and folks who've supported this. Thank you, Garrett, for your participation and support in this program tonight.
It's my pleasure, DJ Butterscotch, DJ Brice. Thank you again, Laura Patterson. Congratulations. Thank you for having me. This is Make Music NOLA. Thank you for your support. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Good night.